Hi, everyone. Welcome back to This is Bipolar. We have just some podcast updates that are hard and beautiful, messy and lovely, just like how we show up in the world. And so I'm going to let Julie tell you.
Okay, so number one, yes, this is very bittersweet. Coming with all the love in the world. Over the past few months, I have had a burning, fiery passion to get back to some of my first loves as an advocate, my writing and my artwork. And it's been a decision that hasn't been an easy one, a lot of prayer, a lot of consideration, but I have decided at this point, I am going to make a transition to go back and dive full force into my art and my writing. And I have written one children's book about mental health, and I just feel so passionate about writing more books for children, starting the conversation at a younger age around so many different topics.
Yeah, I can tell you as an elementary school teacher, the books are much needed. I actually, because I'm a teacher on call, which is another word for substitute, if you're wondering, I have it in my kit and I read it all the time. And we love Swirly Whirly Tilda and we're really excited. And yeah, we don't want to, we look really happy and stuff. We did have our cries together. And but I'm really excited for Julie. Will I miss her? Yeah, 5,000%. Am I a little nervous? Of course I'm nervous, but I also know that I'm having beautiful conversations with lots of other people too.
We've always believed in the power of storytelling, and I feel that we have shared our stories. And so now I'm just so excited and I'm so thankful because Shaley is so gifted at interviewing others and helping them to share their journey and helping them to feel safe. And I just think with every story comes more,
Yes,
healing and wisdom. And so I'm excited just to follow along from the sidelines because I know there are so many more stories, that This is Bipolar is going to be sharing. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, I have some so surprising. I have some ideas.
And I just need to give a shout out to Shaley because I've had the great honor of, we're friends for life, but I have had the chance to get to know Shaley behind the scenes, and she has walked me through some really major life things. And I just want to say that she is the same person privately that you see publicly. And she is one of the kindest, most empathetic, compassionate, giving. What you see is what you get. And so I just, I can't think of someone more amazing to continue on what we've created.
I would love to reflect with you, Julie. Just so you know, I feel the same about you. I feel like, like we've grown a baby together. We have a toddler, a 3-year-old toddler, and thank you for everything. And I don't know if all y'all know, but Julie does all the graphics and editing and all of those things. And so that'll be, maybe let's jump into that about working together. I think that sometimes one of the misconceptions is that people with bipolar brains are really difficult to work with, and both of us have a bipolar brain, and how we work together. So I'm just wondering, what are some memories that stick out to you about just us working together, and then we'll talk about episodes.
When we first created this podcast, it started as a little spark. We met, there was an instant connection. And when two fiery bipolar brains and two passionate people get together, I think this is what happens. And so what started out as an episode or two, a video or two of us sharing our journey has just become this beautiful thing and has completely blown me away. But I think the biggest one that still blows me away is how we were able to birth our baby in the middle of, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, where we literally were not allowed to leave our homes. And so it goes to show that with enough passion and ideas and commitment, you can make anything happen. We were firing over ideas and we were able to create an entire trailer just by sending each other, videos and messages. I really admire how we just went for it. We said, we'll figure it out. I don't think we even thought of doing a podcast in the beginning. And I just remember you saying, we should make this a podcast. And it's just the two of us have just together taken those risks and figured it out and taught each other certain things. And so to anyone out there, if you've got that little dream or passion or burst of anything to start something, let this be proof that, you can start with small steps. You don't need to have thousands of dollars. You just need to have passion and a dream, and then just to go for it. So
that's so true. That's so true. It is true. And I love that you brought that up because you got to start somewhere, right? We were like, if we have a couple listeners, that would be awesome. We'll do it for us. And there's a lot of you here and we love you and we're so thankful.
And the other thing that really sticks out to me is I think we've only seen each other 3 times in person.
It's true.
Ever.
It's true.
I was at an amazing event that Shaley organized. We met at a baseball diamond 6 feet apart to record our a fun episode. If you're interested, go back. We're in a dugout.
Look, we're together. There's 2 of us. We're together in person live. This is only actually our second time, and we've been talking for like 2 hours at the park.
It all blows me away. It's been so special. I will always hold this time and this podcast like so dear to my heart, so meaningful, and collaborating with someone that's just so talented. It's just, I know it's rare and it's a gift, and I never once took it for granted. And so, all those feelings. All those fuzzy feelings. We just had so much fun, which I think is what's really helped too, is that it never seemed like work.
We're excited and passionate advocates. That helped us have fun and be together because we normalize it. So sometimes we would worry, were we too excited and whatever, talking about hard things? But I think there's the both and, right? And it's just not being alone. And I think one of the things that really helped us is that we were always, we didn't have unrealistic expectations of each other. We were always honest, even when it was hard, like, this is all I can do. And so I don't know about you, but we never really felt disappointed in each other or let down, because I trusted that she would tell me if she had capacity or could do it. And she trusted me too, to be able to do that, because what kind of mental health advocates would we be if we didn't put our health and boundaries first, right? So I think that was really powerful to me. And my favorite parts are, and maybe the guests will do this with me, but like sending, like, what are we gonna wear? What are we gonna do? Like the little things, right? Because those parts just helped us, not get overwhelmed by the fact that we're putting all what used to be, or what someone might think is a shame story, to bring that out into the light. And I love to, and if you, if everybody else wants to work together, I feel like we helped each other grow, because we could, in compassion, ask each other, or say, maybe we talked about this too much, or, hey, what did you mean? Or those kinds of things. And I know that I really grew, with Julie. And it's funny because, we have a lot of things in common, but then we balance each other out, because Julie always calls herself the eternal optimist, and she's real and messy and raw. She is not toxic positivity at all. She is often, and I'm like more melancholic. So it was perfect, because I want to be like, sometimes I get stuck in the hard and the messy because I want to talk about it, because no one would talk about it with me. But sometimes I forget to bring along the hope with it. So we balanced each other out, and I just, I just love that. And will I desperately miss her? Of course. And Julie just said, I'm not going to leave you in a lurch, because my brain went to, oh my gosh, I have to edit these. She's so good at editing, but she's going to help give me all the tools. What are some episodes? Are there ours or conversations with, or what are some things like conversations that are just really, really memorable or just dear to your heart? Do you have any, or is it all of them, or how do you feel? I know I have a
I
few.
think every single episode that we've put out, I think there have been aha moments, and I've learned from your journey. We have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences from how we were diagnosed to being introverts and extroverts. So if I had to pick one, though, I'm going to go for the lighthearted fun in the ballpark. Number one, because I was with you in person.
We are in a baseball.
Baseball.
Dugout? What's it called? The dugout?
We're in the dugout. We're in penalty time.
I watch it with a big grin on my face because just the rapport and the laughter and the friendship, and it was really early on. It was early on in the pandemic. I think half of it was the excitement of being out, but I have really, really, really enjoyed the conversations with all the guests that we've had on, just in awe of their willingness to share their story. Honestly, every single guest, I've had the honor of editing and listening and re-listening. And so, yeah, I feel like I have a personal connection to everyone that's been on the show, but it's just fascinating how every single person's story is so different and so powerful. I'm just so excited because I feel like this is just the beginning of something that's just going to continue to grow and help. And so, yeah, I'm just, yay, proud to be a part of it and cheering on like with the wildest megaphone today, tomorrow, and always.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, it just, sometimes we talk about like, oh, we feel kind of selfish because, we're advocating, but really this keeps us going. I don't know, like this starting the podcast got me through the pandemic. Really, it was something to look forward to. It was something, and even though we're so different, just, and these stories, like the threads of similarities, I just felt, and doing a project with someone that understood my brain, right? One of my favorite things about you too is that I finally met my match on like long texts and exclamation points. Every time you send me one and lots of emojis, I'm like, she sees me.
I know. I think we joke. I speak Shaley and you speak Julie. And oftentimes with other people, I will go back in my text and take out 50 of the 100 exclamation points. And with you, it's just let her rip.
Julie's the one that will put all the thoughts in one long text. I have just as much, but I like break them up. So it's so fun to like, when I scroll through, I love that. It makes me happy to do that. So Julie, I'm sure I speak on behalf of all the listeners. Just thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being my friend. And I've learned and grown, and you'll always have a special place in my heart, and you'll always get ridiculously long texts with lots of exclamation points forever and ever and ever.
Perfect. And yes, love you dearly. Love this community. I'm not going far, and I promise you will see me again, hopefully with some projects that I've poured myself into. So this is not goodbye. This is see you soon.
See you soon. This is Bipolar.
This is Bipolar.
This is Bipolar.